Good morning, everyone. Hey, this is ESPN's Down with Sports. And yes, I am your host, Sarah. And yes, I am Sarah of the Pat McAfee Show, as well as Sarah of the Rich Eisen Show as well. That's been awesome, both Pat McAfee and Rich Eisen. I do want to thank Pat again for having me on in 2023. And I definitely want to give a big thank you to Rich Eisen for having me on a while back. And don't worry, I will get back on. I will come back in. I will get myself back on there again. And this time, I will make sure I have a better connection with my phone, so you all can hear me much clearer than I did on the last time I was on, which I can show. But again, thank you, Rich, for having me on. I hope you see this as well yourself, as well as your which I think show crew. Anyway, we got to dive right in. We got a lot. And doing a lot of sports we got to cover today. We got baseball going on. We got hockey going on. We got March Madness wrapped up, as well as the championship games for men's and women's basketball. And we got two champions already. And of course, we also have a lot of WWE going on. We got WrestleMania in a week from now. Next Saturday and Sunday, 18th and 19th. We got, well, hold on, let me do my dates on my phone so I can make sure I got it correctly. Yes, next Saturday and Sunday, 18th and 19th, we will have WrestleMania. That's right. The Super Bowl of Wrestling. So, and yes, hope everybody did see Pat McAfee kick Cody Rhodes in the nuts. That was definitely some Aussie TV right there. Either I'm a fan of Cody, I'm a fan of Pat McAfee first. And of course, Randy Orton and all KO. As well as the Uso Bros. In fact, we gotta get back into it. So let's get into it. We've got a lot of going on. I guess we do have Banana Ball going on. I definitely want to put a congratulations to Michigan. That's right. The first time in 26 years, Michigan Wolverines have won the national title in NCAA men's basketball. So congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines men's hoops. And of course, I could do it for the ladies as well. And congratulations to UCLA taking out South Carolina 79-51. And for the men's, it was Michigan 69-63 UConn. And yes, it could have gone the other way, but UConn took the timeout. UConn did an appeal of the play, but they did not give the appeal. And because of that appeal, they lost the timeout, which means they had no timeouts left at the end of the game, towards the end of the game. And because of that, I think that's one of the key, many factors of last night's NCAA March Madness tournament championship game. I believe that, to me, that's one of many key moments of the game yesterday that cost them the title. And if they did win that one, they'll win their third one. Their third championship game in 4 years, which is definitely wonderful. But hey, at least did not have a UConn team win it, because we know UConn is a blue blood team versus like a Cinderella. Well, I think it's a D1 or whatever. I can't think of the other one for some reason. Anyway, we also got to get into the NBA. But first, we do need to talk about some baseball. I'll do that in just a sec. We do have NBA games going on tonight. We got We got several. You see, you get 2, 4, 5, 6. We got 10 games on this late today. We'll start off with the late night game at 9:30 with the Lakers hosting the Thunder. And OKC is favored by 17.5 points. We got the Buffalo, not the Buffalo Bills, but we got the Chicago Bulls taking on the Washington Wizards at 6 o'clock tonight. Also, we also have at 6 the Pacers and the hosting the Timberwolves tonight at 6 as well. At 6:30 in Brooklyn, we got the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to talk about there's got a lot of Giannis news coming through here as well on ESPN Center Sports. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. We got the Heat and the Raptors. Raptors are hosting the Heat tonight at 6:30 as well. We had the Mavericks at tonight on the road at the Clippers at 9:30. At 9, we got the Warriors and the Kings at 9. At 7, we got the Jazz taking on the Pelicans on the road. And we also have the 2 games on NBC and Peacock. The 7 o'clock game and the 10 o'clock game, the late night one. The 7 o'clock game on NBC and Peacock, we got the Celtics hosting the Charlotte Hornets. And we also got the Suns hosting the Houston Rockets. And yes, I do want to talk about Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, 19 years old, not yet legal to drink, not yet legal to with a car. Has had 45, 20+ points in a game. Let me pull him up. Let me get some stats on this guy. Here we go. Because he'll be 20 this on the 21st of this year. Exactly. And his last game was on the 5th, this past Sunday, and he had 39 points for 45 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. Let's see here if I can pull up actual stats on ChatGPT in a second. I do love having ChatGPT out there. If you like ChatGPT, make sure you download that app, as well as the ESPN app as well. And of course, if you want to watch WrestleMania this next weekend, make sure you do have the ESPN app with the ESPN Unlimited. Here we go. All right, well, that comes up. All right. Cooper Flagg stats. Yes, we all know he's in his rookie year. His points average is 20.8 points, 6.6 rebounds, 4.5 average assists, and he is minus 47% in field goal percentage. So yes, he is doing really well for his being a rookie, being 19, and playing the way he's playing. The last one of the last people that I played like this better, LeBron James is one, and before that, Kobe. And yes, like I said, we do have the NBA is wrapping up the regular season and the playoffs are about to begin. I will have my playoff bonanza coming up. And of course, I will have my NBA final specials as well here on ESPN Stern with Sports. So, let me go back to that. Make sure I got it right. Everything right. Here we go. And here's the thing. Cooper Flag follows up with a 51-point game with 45 to outdo LeBron. He's 19 and he's taking on LeBron like this. LeBron is basically my age at 42. And Cooper Flag is really like showing him, like lighting him up like a Christmas tree. And with LeBron James being 45, with LeBron James and Cooper, yes, the oldest guy in the NBA basically playing, and the youngest guy playing in the same game too against each other. And of course, the last time, yes, there's definitely a lot of Larry Bird in this guy and Cooper Flag. Definitely, there's a Larry Bird in this guy. We got a Larry Bird like guy in Cooper Flag. And I mean, people can say that I played LeBron James, I beat him as a teenager. Maybe Cooper Flag can see that. Now, many people can say that they were a teenager in the NBA and took on and beat LeBron James as well. But we are in the final weeks of the NBA, and with that, I do want to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, I know. Well, we all know what's going on with Giannis and all the drama that's going on in Milwaukee and Shams Charania, of course. Here we go. Let me see what Sean has for me today for the Bucks. Oh, this is just 3 hours ago. He says that, and quotes: "This is a toxic of a team situation as any in the league." End quote. And that's inside of the long season, the 2025-2026 season right here. And how about how the relationship is going? Giannis and the Bucks franchise and the cornerstones of Giannis. Yeah, I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks would have won a title at all if Giannis was not a Buck. Yeah, yes, the Bucks did draft him. Yes, they put him through. He developed with the Bucks. He played all the way up to where he's at now with the Bucks. But now they are shutting him down. Even though he wants to play, they still shutting him down. They don't want him to play. I definitely got to reach out to Sean and see what I can get more on Giannis because I know he's been here for the upfront since the beginning of all of this going on as well. So yeah, I will get a hold of Sean and see what I can get. And that's what this with Sean Shawania. But we do have to let everybody know about the Chicago Bulls. Looks like their vice president of basketball operations has been dismissed. And of course, I want to talk about Luka. He had gone down with an injury. Yeah, he was coming back home to Russia. Not no, not Russia. Back home to Europe, actually. Going back home to Europe. See, because it looks like they were saying, from what I gotten from my sources, that there's some other procedure or something they can do on him that they can do in Europe that cannot do here. And here in America, that is. Because I know there's some procedures they cannot do here that they can do out in Europe, apparently. And it looks like the Tony Brady had a deal with the Atlanta Hawks. He signed a deal. I have yet to get anything on that one. I just got that just the other day. I need to wait to get hold of Sean so I can get how much is this any incentives? Is there any what's the guarantee money? What's the salary going to be like for this contract? And yes, of course, it is for the Austin Reeves. He is expected to miss 4 weeks. Well, he's fine for now, but that would looks like now going into the playoffs. So we got to see where the Lakers fall and what seed they'll get in the playoffs, and see who will take his spot for those 4 weeks, at least the 3 weeks of the playoffs. Even though we got 1 week of that with the rest of the season, and that is with a grade 2 left oblique muscle injury. So that might take a little while to heal up for sure. Looks like the Celtics within the last couple of days has signed a 2-year deal with Ron Harper Jr. For sure, that is looking. Ron is pretty solid. And yes, the NBA is investigating Giannis declining the opportunity to play 3-on-3 scrimmage as part of the return protocol for the mid-March knee injury. And of course, part of ESPN as well as ESPN Stone Sports as well, with sources. But it says here that Giannis is told that the league he is healthy enough to resume action, which I agree. I agree. This is not like the Giannis in the last several years. Back when, like in 21, when he went down, like in the last several years, like he's gone down. We remember when he went down, and the year they won won it all for the Bucks. He was doing injury there as well, and yet they won the title there. So yeah, I'm gonna find out what it will. Let's find out together. Let's find out. I'll find out what is going on in Milwaukee with my sources on ESPN, ESPN Madison, and ESPN Milwaukee as well. And Shams as well. Right now, we need to go into talking about a little college baseball and softball. That's right. We got baseball going on, not just in the pros, but also in college. For the men's baseball for NCAA, we had a couple of games today. We had a Utah Tech game got canceled. So if you're a Utah fan, take that program note. That's a programming note for you guys. That game has been canceled. Georgia plays at 2:00. I don't know how to say the team they're playing against. So sorry about that. We have, let me see, games that actually mean much. See, we got Washington and Gonzaga today, and that's at 2:00 on Big Ten Plus. We have Oregon State taking on Washington State on Mountain Network. Louisville is taking on Kentucky in the SEC Network at 4:30 this afternoon. We also have Penn State and FDU 4:30 this afternoon on Big Ten Plus. We got Tennessee and North Kentucky going at it at 6, a 5 on SEC Plus. Florida State will be going at it tonight at 6 on ESPN2. And I believe we also will be on the ESPN app as well. Alabama is taking on Stanford at home, 6 o'clock game on SEC Plus. Texas Tech and Texas State, 6 o'clock, also on SEC Plus. Right here on ESPN Plus, I agree, my bad. We got Kansas and Nebraska squaring away at 6 and 5 on the Big Ten Plus. And these are the ones I want to go. I see that as noted. They need to be passed down for them. Okay, now ladies softball. Let's see what we got for the ladies softball. Since I talked about UConn is playing Boston College today at 3 o'clock on ACC Extra. We have Bama taking on South Bama for at 5 on SEC Network Plus. Mm-hmm. You have Utah women's softball playing though at Weber State. 5 o'clock game on SEC on ESPN Plus. Ole Miss will take on Stanford at 7 o'clock tonight on SEC Network. That's what I got for softball for today for the ladies. And yes, I got my Stanley. And yes, this is sponsored by Stanley as well. We have UFL games going on tonight this week. On Thursday night, we have at 7 o'clock on FS1. So the Bellahawks taking on the Renegades. Got the that's April 7th. Oh, that's tonight. We have a game tonight on tonight actually at 7 o'clock on FS1 with the Bellhawks and the Renegades. And this weekend we got the Kings taking on the Gamblers at 7 on NFL Network. We got this at 7. Friday night on Fox, we got at 7 o'clock. We got the Renegades taking on the I don't know if I can say this name correctly. I do apologize ahead of time. The Avengers, AVIATOS. We got the Bellhawks taking on the Defenders, on ABC at 11:30. We got the Stallions of Birmingham at home taking on the Storm on Saturday night. We are Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock on Fox. And that's one thing I do want to bring up is a UFL. UFL has been doing well, but we need more teams. UFL needs more teams, more fan base. Not a good size fan base, but we need more. We can use more fan base. The UFL, I love the UFL. I don't watch much, but I do love it. But the UFL help is basically like a AA, single A, and a AAA version of the NFL. Because after the Spring Bowl, a lot of those players do get picked up by the NFL, and we have seen those throughout the years, ever since the UFL came about. And I think, and that to me really helps these athletes to get ready for the NFL. To get ready for the NFL, they are using several tactics, several things they use in the NFL that they do use is UFO, and one of those is the kickoff and the landing zone, which is a good move. But the only thing is, I would change up on that. Instead of going for the fourth down, is punting. Yeah, I know that's not in the rules of the UFL, but if you want to learn all the rules prior to going to be picked up by an NFL team, is learning all the scenarios and stuff that goes on with the NFL, so they can be NFL ready. Because yeah, they are doing the same style kickoff, but they're not punting. There's no punting. They only go for it if they get to the 50. If they can get to the 50, they had to go for the fourth down. They should have punting in there. They should have punting, no matter where you are on the field, including the 50, including the 50-yard line. That way, these players, these athletes can actually learn everything there is to be a pro athlete before they get picked up by an NFL team, or even pushing up before they go back to the NFL. Because some of these players could have played for the NFL, but can back down, play during spring, before spring ball started. And yes, we got spring. We already have OTAs going on now. OTAs are just starting up for the NFL right now. And yes, well, if you guys that we can think of has showed up. It's like Lamar Jackson has showed up to OTAs. Yeah, OTAs is most people don't show up, but and it's not required, but it is should be sure definitely report to OTAs and get the extra work in. Extra work in the gym, extra work on the field, extra work in the locker rooms when it comes to therapies, whatnot. And okay, and of course we got the golf, we got the PGA Tour going on, and Ricky Morey was our last winter. We got, let's see what we got next. Oh, that's right, we got the Masters. This week is the week of the Masters. That's right. Let's see who will win that coveted green jacket this weekend. So yes, so make sure you are watching that. I'll be checking that out myself for sure. And of course, let's see, and let's find out who wins that, shall we? We should find out who wins that game. Wins the Masters this year. And I know once this episode is live is done, in the comments, I would love to find out what is your favorite Masters moment in history, and what is your favorite Masters food dish, favorite food to eat at the Masters, or even at home. Let me know that in the comments. And of course, make sure you do subscribe to ESPN Stairway Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Facebook. And hit the bell to turn on the notifications on the YouTube and the buttons to get them on all my social platforms. And of course, I do have that link tree as well. So you can easily click all that, get you all in one click. And of course, we do have NASCAR going on in the Cup Series. Kyle Larson won it this past weekend. And of course, this past Sunday was Easter, so I hope everyone out there had a great Easter. And this weekend's race, we are at Bristol. That's right. We got a truck. The Bristol Truck Motor Speedway is a 500 laps. Is a 53.3 miles of length, and of course it's oval. That's what they call it, the entertainment of the oval. Anyway, that is this Sunday at 2 o'clock. Simulcast, HBO Max and FS1. And yes, Michael Jordan. I just want to talk about Michael Jordan here. Because I know we all remember Michael Jordan in his heyday playing for the Bulls and his baseball days with the White Sox and the Barons. But now he's in NASCAR. He's an owner of a NASCAR now, and he has been on a winning streak. He has been in the winner's circle multiple times this year already. And that year started back in the first race back in February with Daytona 500. He's finally getting into the winning ways on the in that oval from the hardwood to the oval. And of course, I gotta bring up DSD. Johnson do a couple. We got a lot of events coming up. We're gonna be at. We're gonna do some lives coming up as well. And of course, we're gonna here on ESPN's Joe Sports as well. And of course, I have to bring up the. This is one thing I don't got to bring up. From Peter Schrager, I got something from Peter Schrager. Mock drafts are coming up. That's right. We're just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from this Thursday will be the first night of the NFL draft. So make sure I will be covering the NFL draft Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of that week. Everything off on my other work. I'll be off that week, off that Thursday, Friday. So I will be doing this during my work so I can be ready for you to watch and enjoy the NFL draft. So yes, I will be doing my special NFL draft again this year, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. And of course, when you hear that music, well, that's not that one, the little dee sound. And the pig is in, we'll find out who it is. And we all know that Francisco Mendoza is projected to go first overall to the Oakland Raiders, to the Raiders, to the LA Raiders. Anyway, what I got here from Peter Schrager, I just got this earlier this morning. Again, this is just a mock draft. Of course, we all have this. He has it as well with the Raiders with Indiana's QB Francisco Mendoza. He has the Jets with Texas Tech, David Bailey to New York. The Cardinals, he has Ariel Weeds of the Edge lineman of Ohio State. He has for the Titans Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. I can see that going there, but I could see him drop as well. Or maybe even a trade up for. We got Miami's offensive tackle, Francis. Francis M. I can't pronounce my name to the Giants. And John Harbaugh, because Harbaugh definitely would need this pick for sure, especially if it's this guy with Jackson Dahl being there already. With the Browns, Spencer Fano out of Utah. But there's a lot of these. I'll go through all of these, but if you want to check these out, make sure you go to your ESPN app. Download that app, and you can get all of that and more. on the new ESPN Interactive app. And of course, you can get your own personal sports center as well. And with the course of WWE, and yes, Sami Zayn has retained his title. So let's see how this will go. And yes, I'm definitely looking forward. We all looking forward to this match. In the for WrestleMania, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, and Opa, Oba will be going at it. I can't wait for this match, particularly because they both powerhouse wrestlers, but they're also a massive, huge. Like y'all know what Brock Lesnar did. We've seen him wrestle. See Oprah wrestle, but hey, I never thought someone could actually pick up. Well, I never thought I could see anybody pick up Brock Lesnar as easy as Oprah could. Until I saw it just a couple of days in the last couple of weeks. And make sure you listen to, if you watch on ESPN, TuneIn, and on SiriusXM channel 80 with Sports Night with Evan Cohen, Michelle Smollett, and Chris Canty. I don't know which wrestler will be on when, but make sure you do watch and listen to Sports Night Monday through Fridays from 6 to 10 a.m. Central Time, Eastern Time. 6 to 10 Eastern Time on Sportsmanlike for that. And I'm definitely looking forward to the 6-man tag match we got. We got the Uso brothers, Trent Bros, Jimmy and Jay Uso, and LA Knight. LA Knight, yeah. And of course, Prime's only Logan Paul. And the Vision. Well, he's part of the Vision, but him and I Show Speed. That's right. The Vision and I Show Speed will be in a time match. And of course, it all started a couple of weeks back when I Show Speed punched LA Knight and screwed the Usos out of the tag titles. And I say, whatever happens at WrestleMania with High Show Speed, play hurt. And more like he will definitely get hurt. He's not much of a wrestler than a showman. Believe me, watch his lives, watch his videos. Hey, last night he jumped over, literally hurdled a guy, one of the wrestlers. Yesterday to get in the ring to start scrapping. It's not easy to do that at his height. He's pretty tall, but I don't think he's that tall. I think he's 5 something, 6 something. Okay, now we need to talk about some MLB baseball. We got a lot of baseball going on. We got games tonight. We got the White Sox taking on Baltimore, and yes, and for the first time in a long time, the White Sox are actually getting some wins. That's why both teams are coming into the game at 4-6. But they both are under 500, though. But at least they got wins. That game is on MLB TV, of course, at 2:10. Well, all the teams are pretty much going to be on MLB TV as well. We got the Braves out in Anaheim taking on the Angels. at 8:38 tonight. The Brewers will be taking on Boston in Boston as well at 5:45. Same channel, of course, same thing. 7:05, we got the Rangers and the Mariners. We got the Warriors taking on the Guardians. But this is simulcast not just on MLB TV, but also on ESPN Unlimited as well. And that is a 12:10 noon game. So that's coming up short, not long from now. So make sure you really get down with once my show goes off. Once down ESPN Sports is done, we will. Make sure you check out that game. We got the Diamondbacks and the Mets at 3:10. We got at 5:40. We got the Cubs taking on the Rays in Florida, in Tampa. We got the Reds taking on the Marlins at 5:40. Also, Pirates and the Padres. Dodgers with an 8-2 series season winning so far, and that's against the Blue Jays. And yes, this is also it's a simulcast game. Yes, MLTV, you know that. And TBS. This is the TBS game of the week with the Dodgers and the Blue Jays in Toronto. We also have the Twins and the Tigers tonight at 6:40. And now later at 7:40, we got the Astros and the Colorado Rockies. And yes, the Rockies also have a handful of wins. They only got four. Just, they have 4-6. We got the Giants and the taking on the Phillies at home. Taking on the Phillies at home at 8:45 tonight. So we got a good slate of baseball games going on tonight. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Okay. We are back. Hope everybody can hear me. And yes, that commercial break was sponsored by Prime. Sorry about that. I just had to tap something. Anyway, let's get back into it. And look like Daniel Orlovsky had lost a bet or something. Because he has, Daniel Orlovsky now is wearing a clip-on earring with only Michigan earrings for the next month on every show that he appears on. So yes, I'll make sure I get some clips of that. So you see Dan Orlovsky wearing the earring. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we gotta get right back in. Let me see what I got today from Rich Eisen. Mm-hmm. Well, Rich Eisen is not on. Rich Eisen, make sure you do check out Rich Eisen show today. He is on Monday through Friday from 12 to 3 Eastern. So he'll be on in just a couple of minutes. On Disney Plus. And I'm thinking we need to go into college football. Yes, college football is coming up. We're getting close, not quite yet. But we do have spring training football for college football. We do have those spring games coming up and spring training for college football. So we're getting there. We're not there yet, but we're all getting there. We got camps coming up. We got in a couple after the NFL draft in 2 weeks. We'll have the rookies mini camp as well. We have to do looks like we had to do with. You know what? I want to bet Lamar Jackson. Yeah, first new head coach. Hobart's gone. Hobart's in New York. If Lamar Jackson plays the way he has been playing and has not been healthy, where do you think he's going to end up? Lamar Jackson is not, could go pretty much, you know what I mean? Let me think this for a sec. Yes, Lamar Jackson is back. He's working out, doing the workouts. This is definitely a good sign for Lamar coming back the way he is and actually showing up to OTAs. Especially when you are a star like Lamar. There are times where Fox didn't do this much. There were times that Aaron Rodgers didn't do this much, especially towards the end of his Packer career. And of course, showing up at New York with the Jets. And then last year with the Steelers. And yet, you still have to find out where Aaron Rodgers is going to be this coming season. Will he stay in Pittsburgh? Will he go somewhere else? So where will he go to Minnesota and take over for them and have JJ McCarthy play under him? Or will I just go somewhere like say I doubt this one. Will Rodgers go to another AFC team, or would he go back to another? Would he go back to the NFC? So with the Packers and the NFC, with Pittsburgh, with the AFC. Will he stay in the AFC, or will he go NFC again? Of course, that's a lot of questions regarding with that. Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Rodgers has been weird lately, but he has been doing well. At least he's done better in on the playing this last past year than he did the year prior when he was not. We were paying like trash, actually. Okay, let's see here. Let's enjoy my memory. See what I want to talk about. I got a lot of points I want to get into. And I do apologize for the people in the background. They should not be talking. But I do want to talk about, well, how about Mike Crosby? Could there be a chance that Crosby could go somewhere else? Yeah, we all know that he was traded to the Ravens and then sent back to Oakland Raiders, sent back to the Raiders, and he said that he loves being a Raider and all that. But there could be a possibility that he could go to a different team altogether. And if the somehow if the Ravens do not do as well on defense, there will be talks saying only if he got Max Crosby and he kept him after kept him and kept him was having Kevin Fisher and kept him and having them send them back to California. That he could have done a lot because he would have done a lot. We have seen him play. He's a beast. He's an animal on the field. And of course, we got Kirk Cousins with the Raiders. Do you think Cousins will be a good? Do you think will Kirk Cousins help with Mendoza going forward? Yeah, Mendoza is going to be first overall. We all know that. First and foremost. And Kirk Cousins there. Looks like more likely Hero Mendoza will sit for a year. Watch Kirk play. But Kirk has lately had injuries. So I don't know how many games it would take him until Francisco himself will be in as a starter. But for some reason, if they end up using, seeing how he does in camps, mini camps, working camp, all that. And could Francisco, and could he possibly be like a CJ Stroud and be like that and be that good, that fast? Who knows? He could. We don't know, but we'll find out. But anyway, back to Mendoza, Francisco. Just checking out a couple of things here. And of course, we do need to get into men's hockey. That's what we have, the Frozen Four starting up for the men. We got number one Michigan team on Denver on ESPN and ESPN Unlimited app. And that game is at 7:30 on the 9th. which will be this week, which will be this Thursday. And then with at 4 o'clock, we got the Badgers taking on North Dakota at 4 o'clock on ESPN2 Summercast, ESPN2, and of course the ESPN Unlimited app. Same thing with Denver taking on Michigan on ESPN2 as well as the ESPN Unlimited app as well. That one's at 7:30, and Badgers is at 4 in the afternoon. So on Wisconsin. Yeah, I might be Alabama, but I will give out the W for that one. And Michigan's in this. Michigan's actually in the Frozen Four. They just won yesterday. They just won just less than 24 hours ago. Over 24, less than 24 hours ago. They just won their first a basketball championship. What are the odds? The odds of them winning in hockey winning two championships in two different sports are high. But I could see. This is my predictions for the final Frozen Four. I'm taking Michigan, and I'm taking the Badgers. So Michigan, Wisconsin in the championship game. That's where they're being played at. But I don't see the location. I will find out where. I'll find out where, and I'll let you know on a Download Sports minute. Oh, it's Saturday. Okay, the title will be on Saturday, and the title game is on Saturday, 4:30 in the afternoon. So they got a time set. ESPN Unlimited, and ESPN Plus. All three ESPN channels that I just gave you. ESPN Plus, and the ESPN Unlimited app as well. So yes, I'm taking the Badgers and Michigan in the Frozen Four. That way, it will be Michigan and the Badgers in the Frozen Four championship game. And somehow, if Michigan pulls it off, I'm definitely gonna be stunned because they would have won 2 titles within the 6 days apart. Monday, yesterday, and then 6 days later, which is the Saturday. If they did that, if somehow they do that, when we already know they got yesterday, but if they're winning on Saturday as well in the hockey, Michigan's going to be definitely celebrating even more and even louder. I won't be shocked if all the fans that went to the game yesterday will be at that game too on Saturday as well. Yeah, I know that game was in Indianapolis, and if Illinois was still in it, if somehow if it was flipped, this is just for a little fun. You say Illinois got in. Michelle Smallman I suppose would have been doing her show in Indianapolis, but they got the loss. So with that, we definitely got to talk. Okay, definitely got to get into more. Let me go back into the baseball. Because baseball is heating up in MLB. I know there will be trades coming up. There will be. In fact, it looks like we got a little nationals, a little bit of the Masters going on right now. Tuesday at the Masters, the top golfers prepare to take on the Augusta National Course. And that is on right now if you want to check that out. So let's see here. We got, and we all love the X Games, winter and summer games. So we got those summer games coming up. We do a chicken soup, and that is. Okay. The Winter X Games for this summer's games for this year will be in Sacramento, and that will be in June, the 26th and through the 28th, and then Japan for a championship. And then they have, I think, for Japan, July 4th and the 5th. And the championship in New Orleans, that's July 24th through the 26th as well. And yes, I definitely love the Winter X Games. I love the Summer X Games. I just love the fact that Shaun White did both with snowboard and skateboard, I believe it was, as well. If I am correct on that. I do want to talk about Donald Trump. Because he did sign an executive order about the transfer portal, actually. So I want to that's the only thing I want to talk about Trump. You pull up the. Here we go. See here. He did sign executive order. Here we go. Just make sure I got it up. Right. So yeah, the executive order that Trump signed is to limit the NCAA athletes to 5 years with only one transfer every 5 years. Which allows the schools to only do, but they only allow it in the 5th year. No, but no, only the one time. But they have some give and take here on it. And that's like a senior or like a grad student. But if you do it more than once, if you do it more than once in that year, in the time period, in the 5 year time period, you will get a penalty of like you'll get penalized, and you'll be penalized not by money to pay, but you'll be penalized by becoming a redshirt. And I do want to know what you all think about this with Donald Trump signing this executive order with a 5 year deal with one transfer each 5 years. I think it's a good move, somewhat of a good move, even though Trump was the one who signed it into law. It is a good idea because we have been seeing players transfer every year. And some of them are multiple transfers. And there are some cases that they have people transfer more than twice. Because if they go to one team, didn't like the atmosphere. Going to another team, they didn't. They started a little play. Classes would not that, and then says, okay, I don't really like this school. I'm going somewhere else. And that would be 2 transfers in 1 year. If they're having. And yes, I know there was an Alabama guy that did that a while back. And then came back to Bama. I remember that. Yeah, I can't think of the name right now, though. But let me know in the comments in the YouTube as well as on Facebook. And of course, on my X account, and when I do my show on X, make sure you do comment on my X account as well. And let me know what you think about this. And if there is a video up with Dan Murray, actually, just this past Friday. And, and these are between schools. Okay. The order directs the NCAA to create rules that mandate college athletes can play for no more than a 5-year period and allows them to transfer schools only once before they graduate without having to sit out a season, basically the rest of it. The rule changes are scheduled to go in effect on August the 1st this year. Looks like it's going to be this year in August. We are in April now. We're just months away. We're just a couple months away before this thing goes into effect. So if you want to transfer more than once, actually do it now. Before April 1st. That way you do not get penalized and having to be redshirted. Again, let me know what you think about my take and what Trump said as well in his executive order. And I also want to ask, should Trump done this or not? And even if he did not do it, would this happen with another president, no matter if he's Republican or Democrat or a liberal president? I don't know about that. And it says here, schools that place an athlete who does not meet these new limits could risk losing a federal funding. They want to pull funding if they don't do this. I don't know that should be legal. At least that part should not be legal. All colleges and all schools have to be funded. You cannot just yank funding from a school just because he did not follow a rule when it comes to the transfer portal. No matter what sport, no matter what athlete. I don't think that's a good move by Trump. Just that piece, because he's done that before. He's done stuff with schools before, and yes, I know. I don't want to put up my beliefs, my beliefs, because I know it's personal. Because people go follow whoever they follow, Democrat, Republican, or liberal, whatever. But anyway, this is definitely something I want to address. It's this right here about the executive order. It also says here that the order also states that the NCAA should update its rules, create a national registry for player agents, and create policies that prevent schools from cutting scholarships or other opportunities for women's and Olympic sports in order to pay their athletes. I will ask this. I know a couple Olympians myself, one former Olympian as well as one current Olympian. Of course, they're a colleague, but still, I will ask them and get their answer on this. The Hamiltons, I will ask them once my boy gets back, get their take on this. Because I know a couple of people that are Olympians that could answer that question even better than I could. Okay, we're doing good with timing, everybody. And here's another example of that, because it says here about Max Olson. A judge denies him. Actually, this is according to Max Olson, actually. Judge denies UVA's quarterback Morris request for 7 years. 7 years playing for college ball. If you're doing that for college ball, even if you had your degree already or not, either way, just think about what you could be doing after the first 3 to 4 years. Playing in the NFL, playing in the UFL, playing for the arena leagues, done with school, graduated. 7 years in college. I get that I get that for the education side, but 7 years playing football. That is interesting thing to know. And I definitely will ask my friends about this at ESPN Radio, Madison, Milwaukee, and Beaver Dam, this particular question as well. And let me know what you think about that as well. Should that judge make that did that judge make the right ruling or not? I think so. I believe he or she did made that call correctly. Because 7 years in the playing college football, I get it if you're playing other sports. But playing college football, 7 years in college, I never heard or thought of that happening in the NCAA. And that's another thing I would like to find out. What does the NCAA themselves think about that? Are there more rules, more guidelines out there? Is there anything out there that they are keeping that would keep this guy playing for a 7th year? Even if the judge did rule in this guy's favor for the 7th year, I don't think so. But who knows? It's up to them. Only if that was requested and accepted ruled by the judge, actually. So yes. Okay, now we got to shift gears. I've been talking about a lot about football. A little NBA action. I know I talked about that already. Let me give you some rundown of a couple more games. Let me give you tomorrow's games. We got games tomorrow for sure. We got, see, 2, 3. We got 7 games going on tomorrow. We got 2 games at 10 and 9 in the evening at 9. We got the Clippers taking on the Thunder tomorrow night, as well as the Suns and the Mavericks. The Nuggets are taking on the Grizzlies at 8. 6, we got the Bucks and Detroit Pistons. Timberwolves and the Magic at 6. And on ESPN at 6, we got the Hawks of Atlanta and the Red Hot Cavaliers of Cleveland. You know what? Let me talk about Cleveland Cavaliers for a chance. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cavs, first off, their record is 15-29. That is one of the best records in the NBA that I've seen as well. And James Harden. Yes, James Harden is a Cavalier. Do you think James Harden is the? Do you think Harden is the? Do you think James Harden will be the guy that will get Cleveland over the hump and get into a playoff game, win a series or two, get into the thick of the playoffs, get to the semifinals and the finals? Can James Harden do that? I can see that. We see what he can do with the Rockets and all that he has done in years past before he was traded over. And yes, He's back. We all know he's back. He's back. He is back. That's right. Stephen Curry is back in action. He played the other day. I don't think he had much. I can't remember when see. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, Stephen Curry. Let's see what the Warriors have going on for the rest of the season, rest of the week, for the rest of the season. Okay, they have. They play tonight, of course, at 9. You got the Lakers on Thursday on Prime Video at 9 o'clock Thursday night, Prime Video. Then they get the Kings at 9 and 7:30 on Sunday to round against the Clippers to close out the season, the regular season. That's right. This Sunday will be the final games of the NBA's regular season, and yes, I will be doing my NBA playoff editions, playoff shows. ESPN Dealing Sports, and of course I'll do my traditional, well, starting the traditional, my yearly NBA specials, the NBA playoffs, and of course the NBA finals as well. So how about let's look at the NBA stand. Let's see where let's look at the brackets, shall we? Well, I don't see the brackets out yet for this year, but they will be out within the next, by the end of the week. Yeah, I see it for last year, but not yet for this year. They will have those out. They should be out pretty soon. Once I have that, I will break that down. Who is in the what first? Who is in what seed as well? And of course, you can easily break that down on your ESPN app as well. And yes, Capital One is the official credit card of the ESPN app. And of course, we got to deal with. Let me see if it's going on in baseball again, because who knows? Oh, I know what I need to do. My insiders. And yes, we're dealing. I got from Sean that the side of the fractured relationship between the Bucks and the Giannis and the Bucks. It was a Molly Brown, ESPN's Madison, the divorce, who with Giannis being the mother and the Bucks being the father. And yes, the six. And even though Giannis is playing, like I said before, they just want to shut him down. Looks like there more likely will be a trade. We got a while before we get to the NBA draft lottery. And yes, he had been interested in going to several different places, like the New York Knicks. And of course, she got the The Bulls have dismissed the executive vice president of basketball operations. The Baruka deal. Okay, now let me see what I got here. Let me go to my boy Pete Thamel. And yes, Pete Thamel, like I said, Michigan beats UConn. Like I said, first time in programs. First national title since 1989. 89. A lot of things have changed since 89. One of those is me. I'm older. And yes, this is the marks the Big Ten's first men's hoop title in 26 years. It's been 26 years exactly since the Big Ten has won a in a college basketball title. 26 years. Okay, also got word that North Carolina has chance to hire the long-term NBA coach Michael Malone as their next basketball coach. Yes, we all know him as the NBA champion coach with the Nuggets of Denver in the 2023 and won 510 games as the head coach in the NBA as well. So it looks like North Carolina has finally got the right guy. But let's see how they would go. Excuse me. According to my senior college football insider, Heather, it looks like Gus Malzahn is retired. Recently, recently retired Gus Malzahn, who won the national title in 2010 against Auburn. He's an Auburn coach, first off. You know what? One last commercial break, and we'll talk about this more on the other side. All right. Okay. We are back with ESPN Jones Sports. And let's get back into what we were talking about with the college football inside with Heather. We're talking about Gus Malzahn. We'll join the former Cal head coach Jeff Tedford on the college football playoff selection committee. That's right. These two guys will be on the two of the next two members of the selection committee out there for the college football. Congratulations to these guys, along with that's announced yesterday. Arkansas athletic director Hunter will, of course, return as well as the committee chair for the second season. And Louisville athletic director Brian Maggard will also join the group as well. Congratulations to those guys getting those positions. Let's hope they do it right. Okay, that's the main thing I got from Heather. From my NHL insider, I got from Emily. Within the last 18 hours, the Devils have parted ways with their GM, Tom Fishgold. He had only 1 year. He had 1 year left on his contract, so they let him go. Anyway, so that's what I got so far. Pete, the boys' contract with Islanders is for the rest of this year plus 3 more seasons. Not according to sources of ESPN and, of course, doing sports. ESPN's doing sports as well. And the Islanders have fired Patrick Roy and Pete DeBoer with on Easter. So that's a good egg right there for those two guys getting fired. Let me see what I got for my boy, Jeff the Jet. Passing. Ooh, looks like the last 11 days. The right-hander, Shane Baz of Baltimore, has finalized a 5-year deal for $68 million contract. Of course, sources tells ESPN and Sports as well. Ash has joined the doing Baltimore in a trade from Tampa Bay at that time this past winter, actually. So yeah, this is definitely a big payday for him, especially when he's coming off his first full healthy season. That is good for this guy. Looks like we got a center fielder for the Cubbies. Has signed a 1-year deal for $115 million. And this is go through 2027. And but it does not. This does not include club option, which is okay. At least to me, because I'm reporting it. But he is going to hit free agency before his 31st birthday, so that's coming up, I think, soon, I think. Center fielder Pete Crown Armstrong of the Cubs finally liking the tone contract extension. So ESPN and ESPN Young Sports as well. He'll have come up with a 30-30 season and a Golden Glove. We'll get a big payday with the Cubs. Oh, okay. This is actually breaking news. Just within the last minute. Lieutenant Jose Luxador and the Philadelphia Phillies have had an agreement on a 5-year deal, a 5-year contract extension. sources with ESPN. And this deal will begin next year on 2027, and that locks up one of the baseball best young arms, which he has that arm. You can tell by just watching. I also this is another one. Okay, I got several of these coming through. Hello. Okay, I got a 9-time All-Stars, Chris Sale of the Braves, and the Braves have came to an agreement with the one-year deal for $27 million for a contract extension, which includes club option, $30 million in 2028. So it looks like he is set for a couple of years with this contract. And yes, he was set for free agent, but they kept him. Pat Murphy of the Milwaukee Brewers has a new deal. Brewers all has 2 years. Apparently, he had 2 years left on his deal, on his contract, which includes, of course, the club options for 2029, guarantee money for $8.95 million, and new money, and makes him, and with that makes him the highest paid manager in the MLB, which told ESPN, and of course ESPN's doing sports. And of course, we got a trade. Got a trade. Trading news. The Toronto Blue Jays have acquired outfielder Jose Sanchez from the Houston Astros. The outfielder Joey Rubafido, who they has traded to Toronto in the Yazzie City deal, but that was back in 24. Right. Another one I got here is the right-hander Chris Bassett at Baltimore. In Baltimore, has an agreement for a one-year deal for $18.5 million. Sources kept tell ESPN and Denver Sports. The 36-year-old will is definitely going to be definitely overhaul the team. Rotation, which added Sean Baz, resigning Zach Eflin to join Kyle Bassett, Trevor Rogers, and Devin Kramer. Left-hander, another one I got here. I got a lot of these coming through. Hello. Left-hander reliever John King and Miami Marlins have agreed to have an agreement for a one-year deal, $1.5 million, to ESPN and Denver Sports. He was noted by the Cardinals in November and lands, but now he's with the Marlins in Florida. The right-handed reliever Evan Phillips and the Los Angeles Dodgers have came to an agreement. 1 year, $6.5 million. Phillips, 31, is coming off his Tommy John surgery and is expected to return in July. So he has quite a while to get before he does make his return. Okay, now the Diamondbacks have some news. The star outfielder Corbin Carroll had broke his Hamilton bone in the right hand, in his right hand, and will undergo surgery today. Of course, that means he will miss the World Baseball Classic, which has happened. Yeah, I'm watching this because the World Baseball Classic already passed, and his ability to play opening day is impressive. But I don't know why you're seeing this. He really already had opening day in the Classic. Anyway, Joe needs to get that corrected. Right-hander Justin Verlander and the Lions of Detroit another Lions, not the football team, but the Tigers, Detroit Tigers, have an agreement for a 1 year deal. Verlander, 43 weeks, returns from spending 13 seasons, who has had whose hat to wear in the Hall of Fame. So that is good to know when he gets into the Hall of Fame. Right-hander Aaron Cowell of the A's. He signed a year deal, a 1 year deal for $60 million contract as well. And we're about to wrap this up. We do a couple more of these, and we'll wrap this up. I did this one. We'll do this one first. The right-hander Aaron, the A's got $60 million contract for a year deal. The A's team was hoped to compete for the postseason spot this year and can make an additional $1.5 million in incentives. That's good. He got some money coming in with incentives. That's things that I like to see in a contract. It's incentives, not just in football, but all sports. Make sure there's incentives, make sure there's actual money, and make sure there's guaranteed money as well. And of course, in baseball, the club option as well. And the Boston Red Sox have acquired the third baseman Caleb Dunnan in trade with the Milwaukee Brewers. Sources tell ESPN and Denver Sports. Kyle Harrison, infielder, did Hamilton, and left fielder Shane Dunnan, and all the three-player package going back to Milwaukee. Looks like they got the three pack out of the six. Oh, right. We got, looks like the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna, and the Pirates have come to an agreement for a year for $12 million contract and a multiple, not one, but multiple for the 1 year for $12 million contract and a multiple option for 27. Sources for ESPN and ESPN Sports as well. And yes, they do pay him $10.5 million this year and 16 for the option that has a buyout, $1.5 million buyout. So that's going to be a pretty expensive buyout. The Yankees like Paul of the first baseman for the Yanks, are finalizing a deal, 1 year deal. I don't see a dollar amount. I don't see any incentives. I do not see anything that's guaranteed. I don't see there's a club option with this one. Two-time reigning American Cy Young winner, Todd Suckin won his case and will make $32 million this year. And the system will pay off as he will make $13 million more with the Tigers argued. Good man, there's a lot to put out. I need my prime for that before I do some more. You know what? I will do that. If you want more of this as well, if you want to see more of this breakdown, go check out the ESPN on the app with your own personal sports center. And with that, let's end today's episode with news from Alabama Chapter. Of course, the first one within the last 4 minutes had to do with Francisco Mendoza. Has informed the NFL that he is not planning to attend the NFL draft and Pittsburgh this month. Ouch. He's projected to go first overall. And he's not even going to be there. That's a slap in the face. Especially when he goes first overall. Pretty much everybody's there for the first round. First 3 rounds. The first couple of rounds. Most of them. But people like Francisco Mendoza, who is projected and going as the first overall pick, will not even show up in Pittsburgh for the pick for his name to be called, and to get his hat on his head, walk out on the stage, and give Goodell the hug. Shaking a hug. This is really not good. Of course, he wants to, and he says that he wants to share the draft experience with his family. I get that. Y'all know what his mom has been through. And we all know she's been pushed around because of her illness. So I don't blame him for that. Particular reason. Looks like Teron Walker has a 4-year deal with a $100 million extension, which includes $77 million guaranteed, and $77 million, and $50 of that is guaranteed at signing. So that is definitely going to be a signing and a check, and they're right over. Sign here, and here's the check. But it looks like Mendoza will be visiting the Raiders today. And you know what? That is today's episode, everybody. Thank you for joining me with ESPN's Dan Reports. And yes, I am side of ESPN's Dan Reports. Make sure you stay tuned. We got more guests coming on. I'm going to get Cohen back. That's right. I'm going to get him back. I'll see if I can get Rich Eisen if I can as well. I will see if I can get Chris Orr, the guy with the former Badger, and guy with the Chiefs, working for the Chiefs. I will see if Aaron and I will be doing that our special together with Michigan with being WrestleMania. We're going to see if we're doing a special together. The watch along. We are not for next weekend. Until next week. Until my next episode. Have a great sports week and let's have a good one. See you next time.